Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Jasper High School basketball coverage here on 18 WJTS. I'm Kerry Schneider along with Jason Staum and Jeremy Marcos, and tonight the Wildcats are on the road for the second of a double dip on here this weekend as they will travel to Ferdinand and take on the Forest Park Rangers here at Woody Beekler Arena. Wildcats are 11 and 18, while the Rangers 12 and 17. Jasper with a big overtime victory, 60-58 over Castle last night. And the Wildcats have now won, 4 in a row, while the Rangers coming into tonight's contest, as we said, at 12 and 17, on the heels of a rather tough loss last night, easily to the hands of the Heritage Hills Patriots at Heritage Hills last night. Jason, kind of quick recap. We look at last night and move forward here to the Rangers tonight.
Yeah, Jasper, obviously, we had a real good game last night against Castle. We're able to pull that one out in overtime. And on Forest Park side of it, they had to go to Heritage Hills and try to take on Sicily and the boys down there.
As they're smarting from the loss against us, so that was going to be a little.
Yeah, and I was getting to that, and I'm sure they were a little disappointed after, Jasper beat them the Saturday before. So I'm sure, they had a little motivation behind their trying to right their ship, too, to get ready for the sectional. So, it was an interesting night last night.
As we move ahead to tonight, again, we are at Woody Beekler Arena. It's the county rivalry, and that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, it is. Anytime Jasper plays either Du Bois, Southridge, or Forest Park, it's the same thing. It's a county rivalry. And those are games that, and I think more so in the years past, but those were the games you circled on your schedule, and they were like the big thing. Anymore, the way travel sports are, I think it's taken some of the luster away from the rivalries, because these kids play together in basketball, whether it be AAU basketball, whether it be travel baseball, or whatever sport it is, so they become friends with them, and years ago, you didn't like guys that were from the other schools.
Yeah,
they were your enemy. So I think it's kind of taken a little bit away, but, the fans still have that. They still hold on to that rivalry between Jasper and Forest Park, or Jasper and Southridge, or Forest Park and Southridge, whoever it is. From the fan standpoint, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is, and obviously inherited to this tonight, it is also it's homecoming here. So here we got to witness yet another homecoming, whether it be our own or a few on the road. But so congratulations to Trevor Berg and all the rest of the Forest Park homecoming court. And as I said, obviously that adds to the crowd. But needless to say, it's, of course, the big county rivalry. Jasper has a great turnout tonight as well.
Yeah, they do. Jasper usually has a nice following wherever they go. This was a short trip over to Ferdinand. So I think, they traveled well. And rightfully so. We're starting to play a little bit better, and I think the fans are realizing that.
All right, Jackson Leakin and Andrew Noblin will battle for the tip, which is controlled by the Wildcats. They have the first possession as Will Wallace will bring it up the floor.
Yeah, that's a little oddity to be Wallace being the point guard. But
here's Noblin, a shot up off the glass, good, and the Wildcats do draw first blood. They lead it 2-0. Forest Park with their first possession of the night. They will have Jason Lakin, Reese Wolf, and Reed Howard on the floor, along with Jace Berg and Trevor Berg. Wolf deals it out to Lakin. Back out to Wolf. Hands it off to Lakin. Here's a three on the way. It is good by Reed Howard. And Howard gives the Rangers the lead right away at 3-2. So Howard answers for the Rangers.
Yeah, but Howard is Forest Park's go-to guy. He's the one that they look to score.
And he will lay it up for his second bucket of the night. He's got 5. Rangers got 5. It's 5-2 Forest Park on the steal and the outlet pass.
I think before the game started there, they presented Howard with the ball, I think, for scoring his 1,000th point or something. So, obviously he can score.
Congratulations to Reed. 6.5 to go in the first quarter, 5-2 Forest Park. Here's Braden Giesler, who had a very good night last night. Feeds it down low to Griffin Heil, and he'll put it up. And they said he stepped out of bounds.
No, they said he fouled him on the floor.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. Okay. Well, still our ball.
Continuation, you would think. But anyway, the foul is going to go against number 1, Jace Berg, his first, and of course, team's first. Wallace bumped around, forced the shot up, no good. And Rangers come up with the basketball. And they'll bring it down the floor. Wolf puts up a shot, good. Reese Wolf with his first 2. And Forest Park jumps out to a 7-2 lead. 2 minutes into the contest. Giesler works it, turns, fires, misses the shot. Rebound Rangers, they come up with a basketball. Here's Berg with it, over to Leakin for 3, no good. Rebound comes to Logan Day. Giesler over to Wallace, now to Noblet. Nobby drives the baseline, he'll put a one-handed shot up and good. Andrew Noblet with his second bucket. He's got all 4 of the Wildcat points. It's 7-4 Forest Park.
Yeah, we got to pick up the defense a little bit. We left Howard open for an easy 3 there, and they've had a couple good looks at the basket.
Got an interesting matchup down low between Jackson Leakin and Griffin Hiles. That shot is missed, and Logan Day will bring it up for the Wildcats. Wallace puts a shot up, no good, but another foul is going to be called.
Yeah, Wallace has got some size, height, and weight on Leakin that's trying to guard him, and Leakin's a sophomore, so I would be looking to take advantage of that mismatch all night.
Leakin draws the assignment on Wallace, while Leakin will have Griff Howell on the other end. And was that Giesler with the
Wallace?
Or Wallace, excuse me. So Wallace picks up his first 2, 7-6. Wildcats now within 2. Or 1, excuse me. Shot up is no good by Trevor Berg. Jasper with the basketball. Down low to Wally. He puts it up and no good. And he draws another foul.
The thing that Wally's got inside is he's strong. He's a strong high school player. You can just look at his arms and see how big he is, and he's thick, and he can get guys out of his way, when he's posting, and there he had guys hanging on him and still got the shot off.
That shot does everything but drop through, as number 23 and number 3, I believe, yes, for the Rangers.
23's
Bryson Frick and Jared Berger. Second one is good by Wallace. So he goes 1 for 2 on that trip down the line. This game is tied at 7 apiece. Shot up and in by Reed Howard. Howard's got 9. Or excuse me, take that back. He's got 7 of the 9 points for the Rangers here in the first quarter.
Forest Park switched some kind of a zone here, it looks like. Right there, yeah. Oh.
Pass is batted away. Berger brings it up. Or excuse me, actually that's Berg, I should say, Jace Berg. And here's Frick. Muscles it up and good. Right off the bench, Bryson Frick scores. Nice muscle shot there. Rangers back up on top by 4 now at 11-7.
Go to the basket, Wally.
Now down low to Wallace. Wallace puts it up and in. Will Wallace has his second bucket. He's got 5 of the Wildcats 9. It's 11-9.
Yeah, I look for that to be Wally ought to end
See a
up.
lot of that tonight.
Yeah.
And a whistle and a turnover will go against the Rangers as Max Butel will come into the lineup to replace Heil. The Wildcats will have the basketball, trailing by 2 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter here on 18 WJTS. Here is Giesler, circles out to the top of the key. Here's a 3 on the way, air ball. It's going to be short by Logan Day. And he will get the business from, needless to say, from the Forest Park student section and the homecoming court across the way.
Logan usually gets about one of those in a game for whatever reason it is. But he's a shooter, and he'll continue to shoot the basketball and be all right tonight yet.
So the Rangers with the basketball, and they lead by 2, 11-9. Howard will dribble it out of the backcourt. He'll deal it off to Berger. Berger puts a shot up good and a foul. Nice drive to the hole by Jared Berger. So the both men off the bench for the Rangers come in, score quickly. Berger will look to complete a 3-point play as that foul was called on Logan Day. First team foul for the Wildcats. Foul shot is good by Jared Berger, so he'll complete the 3-point play. He's got 3. 14-9, Rangers up by 5 here in the first. Wildcats with the basketball. Noblet will pump a 3. That's going to be nowhere to be found in the basket. We saw that from up here.
Yep, we had a direct line of that one.
Steal by the Cats. Boy takes it up and couldn't get the fall, but rebound basket is up and in by Noblet. So Andrew Noblet's got 6. Here's a 3, goes in and out and in by Reed Howard, his second 3-pointer. He's got 10 here in the first quarter. 17-11, Forest Park by 6. Logan finds Giesler down low. He gets bumped, no call. Misses a reverse layup.
There was a lot of bumping there.
Here's a 3 on the other way. This time no good. Rebound basket up and no good. And Wallace comes down with the board for the Wildcats, and Noblet will bring it up the floor. 1:12 to go in the first. Another bump, shot up, no good, and a foul will be called. This will be the 4th foul already in the first quarter. Of course, with just a minute 10 left. And that foul will go against Jackson Leakin, his second.
Heil and Ernie are coming in for Jasper.
So Griffin Heil comes in, well, of course, returns to the ball game while Caden Ernie sees his first action of the night. 17 to 11, 6-point deficit for the Wildcats as we near the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter. Giesler finds Heil down low, deals it out to Noblet. 3 on the way, off the mark, no good. Knocked out of bounds, saved actually, but it'll go into the hands of the Rangers. And Berg brings it up, Jace that is. Jace will deal it out to Berger for a 3, no good. Rebound Giesler for the Wildcats, and almost still, but Ernie was able to retrieve it. Forest Park very aggressive here in the man-to-man, it looks like.
Yeah, they are. Jasper just needs to calm down and take care of the basketball. We're trying to make too many hard passes and just relax, run our offense.
Trevor Berg got a hand on that pass down low to knock it out of bounds, so it'll belong to the Wildcats. .30 seconds to go in the half. Wallace deals it over to Heil, back to Noblet. Noblet is bumped again, and that will be the 5th foul now here in the quarter against Forest Park.
Nobby's tough to stop when he goes to the basket like he has the last couple of times. You know, he either gets a nice shot or he gets fouled a lot of times, and I like that part of his game, being aggressive and going to the basket.
Reese Wolf will be nailed on the personal. That's his second already. Meanwhile, Noblet at the line with 6 points, make it 7 now as he nails the first of 2. So Andrew, second one on the way. This one is good. Noblet's got 8. And Jace Foy will come back in for Jasper with 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A lot of action we've seen already here in the first, and a lot of scoring, 17-13.
Yeah, there has been. To me, it's a little bit of lack of defense. You know, I don't see the defensive intensity that we had last night against Castle. You know, we've left them open for a couple of open shots. Now, to their credit, they've hit a couple of shots that were contested too. But
foul is going to be called on Jasper. Said 45.
I think it might have been Giesler.
That's got to be 35, yeah. So.
But that was only our second foul. You know,
Right.
It wouldn't hurt to do not.
Three-point shot is no good. Nice defensive pressure by. Oh! I don't know if that would have counted or not, would it?
I don't think.
But anyway, nice defensive pressure put on there by Heil to contest that shot.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, after one complete, it's 17-13. Forest Park with the lead. Back after this on 18 WJTS.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a good time gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
Again here at Woody Beekler Arena, Kerry Schneider along with Jason Stamm, and the Wildcats trail Forest Park after one quarter. Jason is 17-13 on a game that we commented a little bit right before the end of the quarter. Looks like both teams really need to kind of pick up the defensive pressure.
Yeah, you know, I think both teams are getting some open looks, and a lot of it, you know, it comes back to both teams played last night, short turnaround, but still. They're high school kids, and there's no reason why you should, you know, you had all day today to rest. So I don't buy that.
Here's a three from the corner. It's good by number 22, Trevor Berg, for his first points of the night. Suddenly the Rangers are back out on top by 7 at 20-13. Jasper with the basketball. Ernie with it. Over to Butel. Max finds Griffith down low. But here's Ernie for 3, and that will not fall. And the Rangers have the basketball, and they'll bring it up the floor. Berger with it, now deals it off to another 3. No good by Jace Berg. And on the rebound, a foul is going to be called against the Wildcats.
Yeah, we got to defend the three-point line a little bit better than what we have been because it's obvious they like to shoot it.
Well, you had one hit down here by Berg. He had Heil, of all people, out there defending it.
Yeah, exactly. So
here's another 3, up and way off the mark, no good. That by Reese Wolf. Jasper will have it. Day, Butel.
Giesler, I was going to say, Giesler was wide open. We just didn't get him the ball.
Heil holds high and gives it off to Butel. Takes a pick, puts a shot up. Good. I love that little floated jumper he's got there.
Well, he's got that down because he knows that that's about the only way he's going to get his shot off.
3-point went down by
Berg, 22.
22. Answering right away are the Rangers.
You know, and it goes back to what we said. You got to play better defense.
Berg's got 2 3-pointers already here in the second quarter, and it's an 8-point lead for the Rangers. Here's Giesler, misses his shot, gets his fall up, no good, but a foul. So,
Well, I mean, if Heil is the guy that's got to guard Berg, number 22, then we need to get Heil out because Heil can't guard him out on the perimeter. Either that or we need to switch down here on offense.
going to the line to shoot two and nailing the first one is Braden Giesler. Giesler had 18 points last night against Castle. He gets his first bucket there, or well, first point there on the free throw.
And as
Heil will sit down.
I was going to say, as I said that, Wallace took Heil's place.
Giesler misses the second, so he's 1 for 2 on that trip. 23-16, Rangers on top, and they have the basketball. Nice drive to the hole, and he gets the roll. Is Jace Berg. Berg's first two. One thing Forest Park is getting is some balanced scoring, we might add. And John Gable wants a timeout with 5:53 to go in the second quarter. It's Forest Park leading the Wildcats 25-16. Back after this on 18 WJTS.
Come to the Carpet Warehouse. Quality you can stand on.
You know they sell and install carpet, but Carpet Warehouse also specializes in hard surface floors as well. Vinyl, hardwood, laminate, and tile. Come see the many different options and get a free in-home estimate today at Carpet Warehouse, 650 Woodlawn Drive in Jasper.
Come to the Carpet Warehouse. Quality you can stand on.
The Wildcats trail the Forest Park Rangers 25-16. And Jasper will have the basketball. As we talked a little bit off during the break. Well, here's a shot up, by the way, by Noblet. No good. Shot is all by Giesler's no good. He gets bumped. No
he got
call.
Fouled. Wallace got fouled. He got pushed all the way out of the play.
And a three on the other way by Jace Berg. His first three-pointer, his second bucket here of the quarter. And he's got 5, and it's 28-16. Rangers on top by 12. Noblet looks to answer, and he does not. And nice. Well, out of bounds. It'll belong to Forest Park. The Wildcats obviously a little flat tonight.
Yeah, you might say that.
On both ends, actually, especially on the defensive end.
The defensive end is the disappointing end on my part.
Forest Park's getting way too many uncontested shots. A nice strip there.
Well, you're going to have nights when you can't hit the basket. Get in there. You know, you're going to have nights when you can't, the ball doesn't go in the basket, but there's no reason to have letdowns on the offense or the defensive end.
Here's another foul called against Forest Park as Giesler was driving to the hole. This foul looks like will go against Bryson Frick.
They're calling that one on the floor again.
That's already the 7th overall foul in this contest for Forest Park that I've got him for. So it would be interesting to see how that maybe turns out down the end if Jasper could somehow take advantage of that. I mean, Rangers' bench is deep, no question about it, but
Yeah,
still.
They play a lot of guys, but.
Logan Day with the basketball. Heavily guarded by Berger. Wallace now in the backcourt. He needs to find a man and get down low.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that, about him being.
And there he is, and he's just being tackled from behind by number 23, Frick again, who's already picked up his second.
Wallace needs to live on the post tonight. They don't have anybody that can stop him.
So 4:35 to go, 28-16 is our score. Jasper with the basketball. 3 team fouls this quarter for Forest Park with 4.5 minutes to go. Here's a turnaround shot, does not fall, and a whistle. And there's going to be another foul on Forest Park, 42.
I don't even have him on my list.
I don't either, unless it's Isaac Moore from the JV. I'm going to go ahead and. The one time I don't go get reserves out of Wolfie's scorebook. This turns up, that's why I do it.
I mean, the difference in this game is Forest Park's getting after it on defense and Jasper's not. You can just watch, everything's contested.
Wallace up and in. Will Wallace has his 7th point. Jasper down within 10, 28-18.
You got to keep feeding that bear down there. Keep feeding him.
And a whistle and a traveling violation is going to go against Reed Howard. Nice defensive pressure there that time by the Wildcats.
That was a little bit better. And you know, if you can do that, you can force them into mistakes like that.
Jasper basketball, 3:50 to go in the first half, second quarter of play. Jasper trails by 10, 28-18. Cats with the basketball, as you said. And here's Day over to Butel, down low to Noblet. 3 from the corner is good, and a foul. And he will be a chance for a 4-point play.
Yep.
So Noblet nails the 3 from the corner. He got fouled. Let's see where that foul goes against.
Berg.
Okay, Berg was going to get nailed on the personal. That'd be his second. And going to the line to shoot a complete, hopefully a 4-point play for the Wildcats will be Andrew Noblet.
You don't see many of those.
He's got 11. Make it 12. You don't see many at all. You're right. And with that 4-point play, Jasper's now within 6 suddenly at 28-22. See what kind of momentum hopefully that could give the Wildcats.
You got to continue.
And there's a steal by the Cats as Wallace will bring it up the floor. Wallace loses the handle, does not give up the basketball. Here's a shot up and in on the other end by Jared Berger. So 4-point turnaround right there, Jason.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, Wallace, you know, I get what he's trying to do, but get it to somebody that can handle the ball and get down the floor and post up so they can feed you to score.
Where you belong and where you've been successful tonight.
Yep.
So a timeout is called with 3:13 to go in the second quarter. Jasper trails it 30-22. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Have an extra car you don't need, but don't want the hassle of selling it? Or maybe you're ready to get out of your lease early. Either way, Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper has you covered. We want to buy your car. All makes and models. We'll even handle the payoff with your bank. How does it work? We appraise your vehicle and give you a check. It's that easy. We'll even come to your location. Call or text 812-639-2186 for more details. Ubler Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends since 1929.
Back at Woody Beekler Arena, 30-22 is the score. Forest Park leads it by 8. Jasper will have the basketball with 3:10 to go in the half. Noblet on the wing, deals it back out to Ernie. Day down low, and Noblet, it just saves it from going out of bounds. Wallace underneath all alone, puts it up and in.
Yeah, that was a nice pass to Noblet to start that, and we just missed a shot. But
9 points for Will Wallace. Jasper now within 6 at 30-24 with 2.5 to go. Good opportunity for the Wildcats to put up some pressure here and try to get a little momentum back on their side again. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called away from the basketball, an offensive foul against the Rangers.
22, I believe. Yeah.
Foul is called on number 22, Trevor Berg, his second. Rangers have 5 players with 2 fouls here before halftime.
Yeah, and they had 6 on the board, so it should only be 5, I think. But.
Well, 5, they got overall in the contest, I'm saying. That
right.
Leakin's got 2, Reese Wolf, Jace Berg, Trevor Berg, and Bryson Frick, all with 2 fouls apiece.
But because that was an offensive player control foul, we weren't shooting
right,
free
exactly.
throws
Yeah, I understand. But I'm
just
saying the fouls have been mounting up on the Rangers.
There's no doubt.
Now, but for 3 in the corner, that's going to be off. No good. Rebound comes to the Rangers, and a whistle, and a foul is going to be called against Andrew Noblet. A big cheer from the Forest Park Ranger fans. So Noblet will pick up his first. 30-24, under 2 minutes to go. Rangers with the lead and the basketball. Berg on the wing. Howard now Reed turns, fires, no good.
That was good defense by Noblet.
Andrew will bring it up the floor, deals it over to Wallace. Wallace drives to the hole, puts it up, and got the roll. Went in and out and in for Will Wallace. He's got 11. Jasper within 4 again at 30-26. Ball is thrown out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats. As Jackson Leakin will come in for Forest Park, along with Max Butel for Jasper. So Jasper trailing by 4. Looking to cut more into the Forest Park lead with a minute to go here in the first half. Noblet.
Leakin's guarding Noblet. He's got 2 fouls, I believe. Leakin does. So
Here's Day out to Wallace. Give it up, Walling. Get down low, buddy.
yeah,
Butel loses the handle, comes back
good
with it,
defend.
finds
There you
Wally down low, and they're going to say, they're going to call him with
Offensive.
an offensive foul, maybe for a hook.
go. That's a bad call.
Jasper, I was going to say, Jasper fans not happy with that call right there. I'm not seeing where that arm was at.
No.
Anyway, for Wallace, that is his first. 33 seconds to go. Rangers with the basketball. They lead by 4. Here's a shot up and in by Jaceberg and a foul. Suddenly the Wildcats are seeing themselves starting to get nailed with some personals. And this one will go against Max Butel, his first. Jaceberg will go to the line. He's got 7 points all here in the second quarter. That one does not fall. And Giesler comes up with the board. 25 seconds to go. Jasper trails 32-26. 19 seconds now. Butel. Wallace on the wing. Noblet up and on the alley-oop, no good on the feed, but the Jasper has it, and he loses out of bounds. It'll belong to the Rangers as so much fear out there. I was having a hard time keeping up with who was who, but it was Max Butel who came up with the basketball, lost the handle as he drove to the baseline, and the ball will go to Forest Park. So the Rangers will have it with 3.2 seconds to go, leading it by 6. 2 seconds. Stop, pop, fires, and missed the shot is Reed Howard at the buzzer. And at the halftime break, Forest Park leads the Jasper Wildcats by 6, 32-26.
Yeah, I think here in the second half, we're going, for one thing, Giesler's got to get involved in the game. We haven't called his name very often on the offensive end of it. Whatever we do, we need to get him involved, and we need to keep feeding the ball down in the post because that's where they're having trouble is down there. And part of the reason that they have so many fouls is because we've been feeding the ball in the post, and they've had to foul when we get it in there. So we got to do a better job of that. I thought that the second quarter we did a lot better in the second quarter on defense than we did in the first. At least we got more competitive and we started battling. I didn't feel like we did that in the first quarter. So hopefully, at halftime here, they'll make some changes and they'll get some things straightened out, come out the second half, play a little bit harder, and also pick it up on the offensive end.
As well, yeah, certainly on the offensive end, which right now the Wildcats, of course, with 26 points and Forest Park's 32. But that, again, it's the defensive pressure that got to put some pressure on those outside shots.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought for the most part in the second quarter we did a little better job of that. They still had a couple of open shots, but I think it was because it was of mismatches that we had out on the floor. But we've got to get up in them, and play better defense. You know, Forest Park does it at times, and then at times they kind of sag back and they kind of switch between a zone and a man a little bit. We got to do a better job of recognizing that, taking care of the ball. I mean, unofficially, I got us for 5 turnovers for the game. You know, Forest Park got out to what, like a 12-point lead, I think?
Yeah, and Jasper actually outscored them 15-13 in the quarter.
Yeah, and I think, you know,
Range is 15-13 in the quarter, my bad.
But I had Forest Park for 4 turnovers in that quarter. So, I mean, that, in my opinion, that helped Jasper, you know, be able to score and to get back in the game a little bit.
Andrew Noblet leads the Wildcats in scoring with 12 points here at halftime. Will Wallace with 11, 2 for Max Butel and 1 for Braden Giesler. For Forest Park, they are led tonight at halftime by Reed Howard's 10, 6 points for Trevor Berg, and actually, 7 points for Jace Berg, 2 points for Jared Berger and Reese Wolf, as well as Bryson Frick, and 3 points by Jared Berger. That rounds out the Forest Park scoring at halftime. So the halftime score is Jasper 32, Forest Park 26. We'll be back with the second half right after this here on 18 WJTS.
103.3 The Fix is Southern Indiana's go-to radio station for must-have music hits.
I love your music!
From the All-American Rejects to Lizzo, we've got you covered.
Dude, I listen all the time.
Did we mention we also have local news, sports, and Pacers basketball?
Wow.
Your music fix, your sports fix, your fix for it all.
Oh my God, I won!
Tune in to 103.3 and get your fix today.
Today's must-have music all day.
Back at Woody Beekler Arena as we're about to bring you the start of the second half of today's ball game between the Jasper Wildcats and the Forest Park Rangers, in which the Rangers lead the Wildcats at the halftime break, 32-26, Jason, and we look forward to perhaps second half for the Wildcats.
Well, I think, you know, we got to pick up our intensity. We got to continue to take the ball to the basket. You know, we've gotten them in somewhat a foul trouble situation by doing that. And we need to continue that here in the second half. Be more aggressive, go to the hole, and we got to continue to play the defense that we we played pretty decent defense in the second quarter. I felt like it was better than the first. So,
Both teams will start the second half with their original starting lineups for Forest Park. Jackson Leakin, Reese Wolf, and Reed Howard, along with Trevor Berg and Jace Berg. Andrew Noblet's first shot is no good, but the rebound comes to Wallace. He deals it over to Heil. Here's a 3 on the way, no good by Logan Day. By the way, it's Day, Noblet, Giesler, Wallace, and of course Heil for the original starting lineups for the Cats to start the second half. Heil came up with that steal.
go to the hole.
Down low to Griff, and he puts it up and in. To see how much the Wildcats start forcing it down low again, Jason, this half.
I'd like to see them get it in there at least once every possession to see whether there's something there.
Heil's first basket of the night. Here's a three-point shot, well contested, out of bounds. It belonged to Forest Park. They say Wallace got the last touch of it. So the Rangers with the basketball. 32-28, Jasper trails by 4. Jace Berger over to Trevor. Back to Jace. Jace drives to the hole. He will be bumped and fouled. That'll be the first foul of the Wildcats here in the third quarter. Looks like that will go against Heil. If I count 10 fingers. So,
I think they gave it to Giesler.
Giesler?
Yeah.
Looked like he had all 10 fingers up. Either way, the scoreboard has it on Giesler, his second.
Well, what I don't understand is in the first half we had 2 plays that were really similar to that, and they called them on the floor and we didn't get a shoot. Here in the start this half, same call, and they said he was shooting.
Jace Berger misses the second of 2. He's got 8 tonight. 33-28, Jasper trails by 5 now. Noblet with Leakin on him. Now here is
Giesler down low to Nobby, puts it up and in, and a foul. Nice drive to the hole there, down low to Andrew Noblet, who'll get the basket and draw the foul. So Noblet has his 14-point. He cuts the lead down to 3.
Wolf picked up his 3rd foul on that play.
So, yes, Reese Wolf with the foul, his 3rd. Be interesting to see how foul situations work out or turn out in this ball game as Noblet completes that 3-point play. He's got 15. Jasper within 2, 33-31. Wildcats starting out. Here's a 3 on the way. Good.
See, that's the same. That's the same mismatch that we had a while ago, and we've got to get Heil out when that kid comes in.
Bryson Frick picks up his 5th point. A timeout is called with 6:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Forest Park jumps back out to a 5-point lead at 36-31. Back after this.
McDonald's is committed to being the best first job in America with flexible schedules, professional training, customer service, and leadership opportunities, along with competitive wages and paid vacation. You could earn up to $3,000 in educational benefits while learning work skills that will help you in any career field. Further your education with Indiana Tech by getting 20% off their tuition rate. Team members receive free meals on the clock and a 30% discount while off duty. McDonald's is committed to helping you succeed. Explore McDonald's job opportunities at manmcdonalds.com.
Back at Woody Beekler Arena, 36-31 is the score. Forest Park by 5, but the Wildcats out of the basketball. Jason is on this possession. Big possession right now, I think, even though it's early in the 3rd.
It is. I think that, yeah, there you go.
Giesler up and in.
We'll take that, but Griff was wide open on the other side. But, yeah, I mean, every possession, you want to at least get a shot at the basket. So
Giesler picks up his first bucket of the night. He's got 3. Here's a steal by the Wildcats, it looks like. Yes, by Logan Day. Jasper with the basketball. They're down by 3.
We need to get a good shot here.
Wallace out to Day. Down low to Heil. Puts it up and in. Griffin Heil has his 4th point. Jasper within 1 now at 36-35.
It's a big defensive possession here. I know it's early, but still, when you get on a little momentum and you get on a run, you don't want to let them come back.
Shot is missed, no good. Giesler comes up with the board. He'll bring it up the floor. Jasper with a chance to take the lead. And a whistle. The foul is going to come out. I guess we'll go against Forest Park. Look.
Kick, I think.
Oh, they call it a kick? My bad. Okay.
I guess. I didn't see. They didn't call a foul.
No. So Jasper will have possession again, maintain possession. Up and in is Braden Giesler, is left all alone, and the Cats lead at 37-36. So Braden Giesler with his 5th point.
Now you can't let down here on defense. You know, you've worked hard to get to this spot.
Here's a 3-point shot. I'm not sure why do we want to use that at that point.
No, exactly.
And it comes to in favor of the Wildcats as Noblet being molested by Leakin, who's got 2 fouls. Noblet gets bumped, shot up, no good. Howell comes down with the board. Griffin muscles it up and gets the roll. Griffin Howell with 3 baskets here in the 3rd quarter. He's got 6, and Jasper is now up by 3, 39-36. Here's a shot up, no good, and Howell had the board, and it fell out of his hands, out of bounds, and the Rangers will have it.
He had it, it just couldn't corral it.
Jared Berger will come in to replace Trevor Berg. 39-36, 3-point lead for the Cats. Here's Howard. Puts it up. Short. No good. And Griffin Howell comes up with the board. He's having himself a nice 3rd quarter.
He is.
Both on both ends of the floor. Here's Noblet. He will draw the block. And that ball, are they going to call on the floor? Did that ball go in?
No.
Okay.
They called it on the floor anyways.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that one
close.
Could have went either way, I think. A charge or a block, but
Nabla tries to find Wallace down low on the inbounds pass, was knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, this one inbounds play that we ran last night and tonight, it gets really cluttered in the lane, and we have trouble sometimes getting it in.
Jasper with the basketball. They lead by 3. Logan will bring it out now to Noblet. Wallace, Heil, back out to Noblet. Andrew now.
Be patient. We've done a good job of that. Don't force the issue.
Lobs down low to Heil.
Out. Good.
Giesler.
Oh, he had Heil on the roll.
Wildcats come up with the offensive rebound. Giesler again has the ball stripped right out of his hands by Jace Berg, and he'll take it all the way up and in. Nice defensive play by Jace Berg, and took it coast to coast for his 10th point. And it brings the Rangers within 1 now at 39-33. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Max Butel is set to come in. Heil holds high.
Giesler couldn't have been any more wide open.
Nalby fires, misses the shot. Ooh, Giesler could have got away with the over back there.
Yeah.
Rangers come up with it. They have a chance to regain the lead. Drive up, no good, but a foul is going to be called.
Griff.
Bryson Frick had the basket and drove to the hole. And are they going to call that on the floor? I think they are. And
yeah,
they are. They're going to call that on the floor, even though Frick is standing at the line. And the referee is explaining it to Drew Messmer.
Yeah, he immediately showed on the floor. So
Butel comes in, and he'll replace Griffin Heil, who had a great third quarter thus far with 6 points and some good defensive plays as well. Frick drives. He'll deal it out. 3 on the way. Good by number 22, Trevor Berg. Berg with his third 3-point basket. He's got 9, and the Rangers are back on top now, 41-39. Stop and play.
Foul, 22.
Okay, so that foul will go against Trevor Berg, and it'll be his third. You got Leakin, Wolf, and Berg I've got on my sheet for 3 fouls apiece. And Jackson Leakin, one of them, will come out of the ball game. 2:11 to go in the third quarter. Forest Park back on top, 41-39. Here's Butel. Noblet now in the backcourt, under 2 minutes.
It's still, we went away from using Wally inside. Get it over here on the wing and let him post. Let him get the ball.
Cross court to Butel.
Get it in there.
Wallace, post, puts it up, no good. Good defensive pressure put on that time by by Frick for Forest Park. They have the basketball up by 2. 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Frick. Berg puts the shot up, no good, and he'll draw the foul. And that foul goes against Noblet. That's Andrew's second. The foul will be on the floor as Caden Ernie comes in for Andrew. Frick with the basketball in the inbounds. Hands it over. Howard now. Berg. Frick. Howard. Whistle. And a foul away from the basketball perhaps. But either way, it's going to go against Jasper.
This game might take a while yet, the way these officials are starting to call it now.
Foul is going to be called on Caden Ernie. His first 13th foul of the quarter for the Cats. Here's a 3, up and in by Reed Howard. And the Rangers continue their barrage of 3-point shooting. 3 3-pointers here in the third quarter alone. And they're back on top, 44-39 as a result.
Yeah, if they're hitting their threes, they've got a pretty good team. But when they don't hit them, I can see where they're not very good because that's what their offense revolves around.
Looks like that foul is going to go against Berger, and it will. Jared Berger picks up his first. Both teams now with 4 fouls here in the quarter as Jace Berg will come into the lineup. 39 seconds to go. Jasper with the basketball. They're down by 5 after a nice surge here in the third quarter, which eventually resulted in a 1-point lead, but Forest Park did a great job coming back and answering. 22 seconds now. Butel guarded by Frick. He'll hand it off to Wally.
Oh, he's open.
8 seconds. Out to Giesler, put it up. 3 seconds, fires it. Couldn't get it to fall. That's the end of the third quarter, with the score. Forest Park by 5, 44-39. We'll be back after this.
Ubelar Chevy in Jasper, Indiana is your headquarters for new half-ton Silverados. And we've got them in stock. Choose from LTs, RSTs, Trail Bosses, even High Countries, all in stock now. If we don't have the truck you're looking for, we can get it for you. The Chevy Silverado has a heritage and a history like no other truck, and now is a great time to buy one. Find your Silverado at Ubelar Chevy in Jasper, online at ubelargm.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Back at Woody Beekler Arenas, we're bringing you the fourth quarter of basketball here on a Saturday evening, and Forest Park Junior Senior High School. The Rangers lead the Wildcats 44-39. And down low is Trevor Berg, and he'll draw the foul on Griffith Heil, his second. So Trevor with 9 points. He'll have 2 free throws coming. Nails the first. Next one on the way is good. Berger hits both free throws. He's got 11. Forest Park leads it 46-39. Just underway here in the fourth quarter here on 18 WJTS. Kerry Schneider, Jason Staum, and Jeremy Marcos. Noblet for 3 from the corner. Got it.
Yeah, Forest Park switched to a 2-3 zone that time, and we did a fine job of finding the seam.
Nobby's got, 18 points now. Here's a shot up and no good. Rebound Forest Park as Trevor Berg tries to muscle that shot up to no avail. Jasper has it. They trail by 4. And driving to the hole is Giesler, and he'll draw the foul, I believe, on Reese Wolf. And if it is, it's his 4th. And it is his 4th. So we kind of speculated for a while now, even back in the first quarter, Jason, about Forest Park's potential foul troubles. Right now they got their first guy with 4, with 2 other guys with at least 2.
Yeah.
By the way, Giesler, he nails that first one.
Yeah, on defense, I think we've got to respect their 3-point shot and get out there and make them do something different. And we've been doing a pretty decent job of it. Every now and then we slip up and leave them wide open, but get out there, pressure that 3-point, because when they get in the lane, we've had an answer for most of them.
Giesler nails both of those. He's got 7. 46-44. They'll make it 49-44 as once again firing from 3 is Jace Berg. The Rangers as a whole firing from 3. That's only Berg's second 3-point shot. And a whistle on the foul is going to come against the Rangers as Noblet drove to the hole. They're going to call that on. Let go against Frick, it looks like. 20, yes, that'll be his 3rd. Noblet's first free throw toss is good. Trying to get myself resituated here. Noblet's got, let's see, 19 points now. 20 as he nails that one. Andrew, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 6 from the line. He's got 20 points. Jasper now with the 3 again at 49-46. For the Wildcats, they need to put on some pressure here defensively.
Oh, that's a
There's
charge.
an offensive foul, no question about it. As Frick went through there like a fullback, and he will pick up his 4th foul.
That one was pretty easy to see.
Looked like he was putting on a forearm.
Yeah.
Like I said, as a full barreling through there like a bull.
Yep.
And as a result, Frick has his 4th foul. Now 2 Rangers with 4 fouls in this contest. And he stays out there. Noblet drives up, missed a shot, no good, gets his own rebound, tries it again, and nails it. Second time comes as a charm for Andrew Noblet. It's got 22, and then 49-48, Rangers on top now. Here's Frick for 3, no good, rebound, Giesler, and the Wildcats have the basketball with a chance to take the lead.
Don't do anything silly.
Take it easy. Here's Day working with it. Finds Noblet. Up and no good. Howell comes up with the board and he throws it right in the hands of Jaceberg. And a foul is going to be called against Logan Day. The kind of good foul, actually. He had a clear shot to the hole.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the turnover on the other end that, Griff did a good job of getting the rebound, but he tried to get rid of it so quick. He should have just took a dribble and took his time. Noblet's playing like a man possessed, like he's not going to be denied this game, and that's good because he's taking ownership and leadership out there and trying to get things done. Somebody else is going to have to step up and help him, though.
He's got 22 points, 10 here in the second half. 49-48. Little support would be welcome, like you said.
Yeah.
Near the 5-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Forest Park has the basketball. They lead by 1. Here's a 3 by Howard. It's good. Reed Howard with his 16th point. And a timeout is called. A 30-second timeout. Big basket for Forest Park right there.
It was. I think Noblet was trying to guard him. He just got a little bit trapped behind the screen a little bit. And Howard, he's got a quick release. He's able to catch and shoot pretty quickly, and that's what he did there. And he was pretty deep. I mean, he was behind the line quite a bit. But overall, it wasn't bad defense. But moving forward, you got to realize who the shooters are. So if your man's setting the screen, you got to be ready to help out there and make sure somebody's on them.
So 52-48 is our score. And it was a 30-second timeout, wasn't it?
It was.
Now they're coming in, but
I don't know.
Did they call another one or something? Okay, they were just confirming that. Anyway, the teams are now back on the floor. For Jasper, they got Wallace, Day, Giesler, Heil, and Noblet. Actually, that's the original starting 5. Forest Park has Leifkin, Reed Howard, Trevor Berg, and Jared Berger on the floor for Drew Mesmer's ball club. They lead it by 4, 52 to near steal by Reed Howard.
I'd like to see him make a nice little pass fake there, and he goes flying by. Giesler's got a dunk.
Noblet drives the baseline. He'll deal it over to Wallace, who misses the shot but draws the foul. So Will Wallace will go to the line for the second time tonight. He's 1 for 2. He's got 11 points. First one is good. 12 points for number 51. Chance to put the Wildcats within 2 if he can nail this second one. He does. 13 points for Wally. 52-50. 4:37 to go in the ball game. Rangers with the basketball. They lead by 2.
Double dribble, yeah.
Double dribble on a turnover for Forest Park. How's that department looking tonight so far? We haven't talked about it.
Well, I haven't even 6. They had 9. I got them for 11 right now.
John Gable wants a full timeout with 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Jasper trails Forest Park 52-50. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at Du Bois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. Du Bois County Tire.
Back at Woody Beekler Arena, the Wildcats had the basketball after that timeout by John Gable. They trail it 52-50. Noblet will hold the basketball, now dribbles and takes off a pick from Wallace. Noblet nails it to Wallace. He'll put the shot up off the balance, no good. Chase for the rebound and up and away the other end, and the basket does not fall for Chase Berg. Ranger fans wanted a foul. Here's a pass stolen away as Leakin jumps in front of Heil, and the Rangers have it back. Leakin out in the backcourt, deals it over to Berg. Jace now. Rangers looked up to kind of reset. Reese Wolf, 3-point shot on the way off the mark is no good by Jackson Leakin. And it will belong to the Wildcats. How's this going to turn out now that you think about it?
I don't know. I mean, you can tell that it's – here's where you can start to tell that it's a rivalry game because the emotions start to get a little bit higher.
Both on the kids on the floor and the fans in the stands.
Yes.
Heil, one dribble over to Wallace. 3:10 to go. Jasper with the basketball. They trail by 2. Big possession for the Wildcats at this point. Noblet down low to Griffin.
Make a move, Griff.
Griff loses the handle, but there's a day with the basketball now down to Griffin, and he was going to be fouled on the floor. No basket. Let's see who this one goes on.
Should be 5, I think 5 team fouls, so we should be shooting from here on out.
But the foul is going to be called on Jace Berg. The scoreboard has him for 4. I only had him for his 3rd, but either way, the point is, yes, like you said, it's the 5th foul. Griffin Heil is short on the first of 2. Heil's got 6 all in that 3rd quarter. And he is going to be probably coming out as Ernie was set to come in, but he is probably going in for the shooter. Heil does nail that one, and he will sit down. He's got 7. Caden Ernie will come in his place. 1 point is the difference in the ball game with Forest Park on top 52-51. Rangers with the basketball. Here's a 3 off the mark, in and out, no good. And coming up to the board is Braden Giesler. He'll clear it out to Ernie. And Caden will deal it over to Giesler again. Down low to Wallace, and his pass is knocked away. And a foul is called.
Giesler's got to take better care of the ball. He's had at least 2 or 3 turnovers here in the 4th quarter.
Careless passing was the case in that, and that's not been the first last here in the second half.
No.
So the Cats have been squandering opportunities, Jay, and
yeah, I mean they've done their job on the defensive end, but on offense they can't
Nice job driving up to the hole as Reed Howard. Howard has his, let's see, 16, 17, 18 points, and a timeout is called. 1:55 to go. Forest Park 54, Jasper 51. Back after this on 18 WJTS.
After a long day of digging holes and keeping cats out of my yard, I'll wind down on a nice, comfy, soft cloud. My human buys the best fluffy stuff from Carpet Warehouse.
At Carpet Warehouse, you'll find a floor that will please the whole family, even the ones with 4 legs. Rory loves to cool off by laying on laminates, tile, vinyl, or wood. You'll love them for their style and many selections.
Carpet Warehouse. Quality I can lay on. Quality you can stand on.
Back at the Woody Beekler Arena on the campus of Forest Park High School in Ferdinand. Carrie Schneider, Jason Stom, Jeremy Marcos here on 18 WJTS. We got 1:55 to go in regulation, and the Jasper Wildcats trail the Forest Park Rangers 54-51. Cats will have the basketball as Giesler will slowly bring it across the timeline. Down low to Heil. Shot does not fall. Rangers have it. They lead by 3. Taking it all the way is Reese Wolf, and Reese will draw the foul.
Jasper got the shot they wanted. They had that drawn up in the huddle into Griff, but he didn't have a very good, he never got his shoulder square to the basket. So
foul is called on Noblet. Andrew with his third. First free throw is no good by Wolf, who has 2 points tonight on a first quarter basket. Next one is no good as well. Noblet fights for the rebound and comes up with it. Jasper trails it by 3 with a minute and a half to go. Noblet has the ball nearly stripped. He does, and he finally deals it out to Day. Day over to Giesler, down low to Heil. Heil puts it up and couldn't get it to fall. Forest Park with the rebound. They will push it up the floor quickly as Wolf brings it up. He'll deal it out to Frick, who nails a three-pointer, and the Rangers are up 57-51. Big shot by Bryson Frick. And a timeout is called with 1:01 to go in the ball game. Forest Park by 6. We'll be back after this.
101 Country, WBDC, your morning brain teaser.
Here's Dolly Parton now on Lunch with the Legends on 101 Country.
All right, leading things off on a Good Time Gold Saturday morning. Beezer, good morning.
Good morning, Ty.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Be sure to join me from 3 to 6 for Afternoons with Amanda.
We are 101 Country, WBDC.
The Wildcats now suddenly find themselves down by 6 with 1:01 to go in regulation, Jason. And like I said, kind of a big opportunity missed for the Cats down on that last possession.
Well, we've had a couple of possessions, where we could have tied it or at least cut into the lead, and we've come out of it with nothing. But we've executed the play or the set that we've been trying to run, but we haven't been able to finish it.
And when the Rangers come up with the boards, they've been doing a heck of a job pushing the ball up the floor and getting the big shots, including that big three-pointer right before the timeout by Bryson Frick, who has 8 points off the bench for Forest Park tonight. Under a minute to play, 57-51. Jasper with the basketball. Day. He's fine and finds Wallace, but he has got to draw the foul. Wallace will have 2 more free throws coming. That foul goes against Reese Wolf.
That's 5.
Who picks up his 5th. Wolf will end, night will end with 4 points. With 2 points. Wallace, who has 13 of his own, hard on that first one. Wallace is 3 for 5 from the line tonight. Misses that as well. So Cats coming up short on the free throw line on that drive, on that possession. And the foul is going to be called against the Wildcats. Noblet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it might have been Noblet.
His fourth. And going to the line is Reed Howard for the Rangers. He's got 18, make it 19 as he nails that first. His first trip line tonight, by the way. One more coming for Howard. He'll nail it. Howard's got 20, 59-51, 42 seconds to go. Here's a three, no good. Geisler comes on the board. Frick's got it. Frick deals it over to Howard, and Howard will smartly bring it out. And a foul looks like that will go against Butel, perhaps. And the Wildcats look to be on their way to snapping what was a 4-game winning streak, as the free throw does not fall for Howard this time. He's got 20, misses the first. Second free throw is also off the mark, no good. Geisler has it. He'll bring it up the floor. 23 seconds, and he'll have the ball stripped away from him. And a whistle and a timeout is called by Forest Park. The Rangers smell victory. They lead it by a score of 59-51 with 18 and a half seconds to go in this ball game. So it'll be a quick 30-second timeout. And Jason, like I said, we'll just kind of keep it right here for now as, Forest Park is sitting and Jasper standing. So, again, whatever, it doesn't matter. Who knows?
I mean, nobody's known all night what's going on with the...
I was just deciding what we wanted to talk about and how much time we had. But, while
we'll keep it here, we'll just go ahead and mention again about, I don't know what time this airs on Sunday, but Jasper Youth Baseball signups are tomorrow on Sunday at the Hobbig Center from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So if this, I think it might air before at 1 o'clock.
It airs at 1 o'clock.
If you are watching this and you forgot about it, please come on out to the Hobbig Center and get your son registered.
Sounds good. I want to apologize. I totally slipped my mind. I know we talked about it last night and wanted to give you an opportunity this evening.
I forgot to. So. Old age, Kerry. We're both getting old. And
absolutely. That's right. What happens when you hit your 50s and mid-50s. So basketball belongs to Forest Park, and a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Rangers is pretty much academic now, leading it by 8. And that foul will go against Logan Day, I believe his third. Going to the line again is Reed Howard. He's missed his last 3 free throw shots now.
Yeah, it's too bad it ain't a closer game that would be making a difference, but
he's been stuck on 20 points. When I say stuck, but nails that one. So he's now got 21, 13 seconds, 60-51. Rangers said on their way to picking up this win against the Wildcats tonight. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They'll dribble it out. And the Forest Park Rangers knock off the Jasper Wildcats here at Woody Beekler Arena by the final score. Forest Park 60, Jasper 51. Well, again, it's kind of obviously a disappointing loss for the Wildcats tonight, Jason. But when you have a big win like I said last night, I don't know if it's just coming out flat or how you want to describe it, but I'll just kind of let you give us your assessment of it.
Well, I think we didn't come out with the intensity and the urgency to play tonight like we have in the last few games. I just felt like we had some guys that weren't engaged in this game from the start. And I'm not going to point fingers at these guys because they're all, they're high school kids, they're young men. They're out there trying their hardest, but you could just tell that there was some of them tonight they never looked or just didn't feel like anyways that that they were engaged in this game or ready to go from the opening tip-off. You know, and you can tell, you know, from our scoring that, you know, I mean, obviously Nobby had a nice night where he scored 20 or 20 plus, but, you know, overall I just felt like, you know, this wasn't a game. We didn't need a game like this. You know, we had things going in the right direction. We were playing well. And then all of a sudden now you got this one. You know, like you said, we were on a 4-game win streak, and it was against some pretty decent competition too. But, you know, from the same token, you got to move on. You know, you've got a couple games left here now to try to get things going in the right direction. You know, and a lot of it comes down to this time of the year. How do you respond to games like this? You know, when you lose games like this. I saw last night where Wrights beat Harrison. You know, so obviously Harrison's still going to win the conference, but, you know, those two are sectional opponents too. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that sectional is going to be wide open.
I believe so. I think it is too. And if I was thinking about it this afternoon, I mean, I guarantee if you're Harrison, Wrights, whoever else in that sectional, you're going to look at Jasper as definitely the team coming in under the radar.
I think so. I mean, you know, Jasper, for the most part, can be in every game because of the defense that we play. You know, we play hard-nosed man-to-man defense, and a lot of those Evansville teams don't like to play against teams that do that. And to build off of that, I didn't feel like we played that type of defense tonight. I thought our defense let us down a little bit tonight, and we just didn't do the things that we needed to do to go on the road and go away with a victory. But again, like I said, you know, you gotta be able to adjust from this. You've got basically almost a week now to rest and recuperate a little bit. You come back Friday night against Pike Central at Pike Central, and then you got one more the following Thursday against Bedford. You know, so, you know, from that standpoint, you've got a pretty decent schedule left as far as, you know, you got a few games mixed in there, but you got some time to practice. You got some time to rest. You know, these kids now, you know, they've played, well, what's our record? We were 11.
We're
11
now
and
at
9.
11 and 9.
So we've played 20 games, you know. So, I mean, we've played quite a few games, you know. So I look for, you know, obviously the coaching staff will I'm sure will cut back on their practice time and stuff. But you still have to get your kids prepared and get them in shape and ready to go for the sectional.
Well, as you said, you know, we do, of course, now down to the last 2 weeks. One game next week against Pike Central, and then wrap it up for Senior Day on that Thursday night on February 22nd. Sectional draw is actually, you know, before the course will be next Sunday, so it'll be obviously to see how that turns out.
Yeah, it will. You know, obviously a lot can hinge on the sectional draw, not only from who you play, but how many good teams do you have to play to win it, you know. And that's what can make it tough. So we just got to keep working hard and getting better.
All right, so the final score, Jasper 60, Forest Park 51. Wildcats snap a 4-game winning streak. They had won, 5 of their last 6 before falling this evening to the Rangers here at Woody Beekler Arena. And Coach Caleb Bagley is going to join us now. Caleb, just kind of give a little thoughts about this game tonight. Obviously, a disappointing loss to say, you know, coming in after a 4-game winning streak. Yep. Games in which Jason and I were just pointing out against some very good competition. Yeah. But, you know, just kind of give your home a feeling and assess, like I said, this ball game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those, you know, kind of tournament feel games. You know, just a battle on both ends of the floor. It was physical and. You know, we had chances down the stretch there where we, you know, a couple costly turnovers, a couple of shots around the rim that we didn't get to go. But, you know, it's one of those, like you said, we've been in a lot of these games. You know, we were just in one last night playing in overtime, and, you know, we made the plays to win last night, and we weren't able to make them. But, you know, to their credit, I mean, the Frick kid hit, you know, that 3 at the end was just huge. A dagger. I mean, and that's just, you know, that's not necessarily what he does, but, you know, these are games that we knew they got beat up pretty good last night at Heritage Hills, and we knew that, you know, that they were going to come compete, and it's always a rivalry game, and you're going to get their best shot, and they gave it theirs tonight.
Well, and of course, one thing we were looking at is going to be kind of the matchups that we were going to have, along the line with Heil, Wallace, and Giesler dealing with kind of a difference in size. Will had a great first half, but then only with 11 points, but ended up finishing with 13. Heil had a great start in that to start the third quarter. Picking up three buckets.
Yeah, Will kind of picked up when Griff kind of came out of the game, and Will was in there kind of doing the banging around. And then there in the second half, Griff was in there. He was playing well in the third quarter. So Will didn't get, the same amount of opportunities inside in the paint, but he was a big reason. Griff was a big reason why we got back in the game. He's just got to stay with it. He gets down on himself too much when he misses shots. It's going to happen. And that's, he's got to remind himself that it's only his, fourth game back. So he's still got a ways to go, but he helps our team a lot. And that's,
Absolutely.
That's the big thing.
He has been a big shot in the arm, no question about it.
No doubt.
So, another thing is, of course, you got to give Forest Park a lot of credit. I mean, we made our runs. We managed to take at least a 1-point lead here in the second half. But they were doing a heck of a job, answering this. So.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Frick with that big
correct.
bucket. Wow.
Yeah, and he made another one earlier in the second half too. But obviously Howard and Jace Berg draw a lot of attention for them. But Trevor Berg played really, really well. He had a handful of threes tonight that. Kind of going in, you got to shut down the Howard and Berg and the other guys. You got to be ready to contest threes, and tonight they made them. And that's kind of what you got to expect when you come here.
Caleb, I mean, we now got game number 20 under the belt, and we are now 12-8. And as with these last two games coming up against Pike and Bedford North Lawrence, these last 2 weeks before we have the sectional, which of course draws next Sunday already. Look at how this ball club stands right now, and what do you want to obviously prepare for and work on going, before we head to North for the sectional.
Yeah, next Friday will be a tough test going over there. I'm sure it's their senior night. It usually is, but Pike Central's got a good team. It's another, and then Bedford's got a good team as well. So those are the kind of games you want to play leading into the sectional, and hopefully, we played good teams here these last handful of weeks, and like I said, those are the games that are going to make you better and hopefully prepare you for the sectional. But we just got to embrace the physicality of these games, and that's if it's that physical in the tournament, then these games like this are going to help us, and that's just something we got to continue to work on.
Caleb, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next Friday night at Pike Central.
Thank you.
Caleb Bagley, assistant coach for the Wildcats, joining us here on the post-game show. Wildcats fall to the Pike Central Chargers, 60-51. And we'll take a quick look at the individual scoring for tonight's game. For Forest Park, they were led in scoring by Reed Howard with 21 points, 13 points for Jace Berg, 11 points for Trevor Berg, 8 points by Bryson Frick. Frick, as we already talked about, big three-point basket in the fourth quarter to really kind of help seal the deal for Forest Park in this ball game. 3 points for Jared Berger and 2 points for both Reese Wolf and Jared Berger for the Rangers this evening. Anyway, for the Wildcats, they were led in scoring this evening by Andrew Nobles, 22 points, 13 for Will Wallace, 7 points for Griffin Heil with 6 points in that big third quarter to help get the Wildcats back into this contest. He finishes with 7, as does Braden Giesler with 7, and 2 points for Max Butel to round out the scoring for the Wildcats this evening. Jasper falls to 11-9. I said 12-8 a second ago. Actually, we're 11-9. Jasper is 11-9. Forest Park improves to 13-7. Wildcats with 2 games left on the schedule before sectional begins at the end of the month. They will be at Pike Central next Friday against the Chargers at Petersburg. They will take on the Pike Central Chargers next Friday. That'll be a 7:30 start, and we will show you that game. Of course, have it for you next Saturday morning at 10 o'clock here on 18 WJTS. For Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos and Coach Caleb Berger, or Caleb Bagley. I got Berger again in my mind there too. Let's go home. Anyway, for all 4 of us, I'm Kerry Snyder again saying goodbye from Woody Beekler Arena. Once again, the final score, the Jasper Wildcats fall to the Forest Park Rangers by the score of 60-51. So long, everybody.